Rose, settling down into her chair. Rose opens up the tub of treats and sets out the bags and the ribbon, along with a stack of small information cards about the animal shelter. She'll pack the gift bags while Lily prepares the pancake batter, with the crinkling of the bags and the gentle thump of the treats landing inside as soft background noise. Lily gets to work. As far as things I've made in this bakery go, I suppose pancakes are pretty straightforward, Lily thinks. Heading into the pantry to collect the dry ingredients, she finds the all-purpose flour, baking powder, sugar, salt, and vanilla extract, then walks to the refrigerator for butter, eggs, and milk. She often uses vanilla pods instead of extract, but today she's optimizing for quantity. She's going to be making a lot of pancakes. To ensure the pancakes are hot and fluffy throughout the day, she'll be portioning out the wet and dry ingredients for several batches, and then mixing each batch right before she cooks it as the day progresses. What ingredients activate the baking powder, so they shouldn't be mixed too far in advance. She gathers a stack of tubs and large bowls. Then she measures out several sweet portions of the dry ingredients, whisking together the flour, baking powder, sugar, and salt in their respective containers. She then measures out an equal number of wet ingredients, cubes of butter to be melted later, as well as the milk and the eggs still intact. She sets these portions in the refrigerator, ready to be pulled out when the time comes. Now she has to make the toppings. When she and Rose first talked about the idea of an all-day pancake breakfast, they debated how best to ensure everyone would be happy, and it wouldn't be too complicated to do. They decided on putting together a topping station on a large table against the back wall. They'll set out bowls of fruit compote, whipped cream, fresh fruit, and chocolate chips along with various sauces, chocolate and caramel, maple and agave syrup, and honey, and of course, wedges of butter to put on top. That way, everyone can choose how they want to eat their pancakes, making for a perfectly customizable breakfast. Lily goes back to the refrigerator and pulls out some fresh peaches that she sliced yesterday, as well as pre-cut strawberries, and several peanuts of raspberries and blueberries. She transfers the peaches and strawberries to a couple of large pots on the stove and adds sugar to taste. These will slowly simmer for a while, the fruits releasing their juices and becoming delicious compotes. Lily pours the blueberries and raspberries into large decorative bowls and carries them to the back table. Then from the pantry and the refrigerator, she retrieves the various sources and sets them out beside the berries. For good measure and for the children, of course, she also pours a couple of bags of chocolate chips into a brightly colored serving dish. Once the peach and strawberry compotes are thick and bubbly, she turns off the heat and lets them sit to cool. In the meantime, Lily prepares several large carts of regular and decaf coffee and sets them out on the table. Customers can help themselves using mugs that she stacks beside the metal jugs. Lily then pulls out cartons of heavy cream and pours them into the bowl of her large mixer. She sides a whisk attachment into its slot on the mixer's arm, sprinkles a handful of sugar into the cream, and turns it on. In just a few minutes, it will become fluffy whipped cream. Not too sweet and not too heavy, she thinks. Lily and Rose go about their business in companionable silence for over an hour, whisking, packing, tying, and stirring. And then a soft sound at the door lets them know their first guest has arrived. It's Seamus, who is more than happy to trade his usual cinnamon roll for a plate of pancakes for a good cause. Lily gets him his usual coffee, and he finds a place by the window to sit and read his newspaper until the pancakes are ready. Moments later, the sounds of a happy commotion trickle in through the cracked door. There are a few bright yips, a long and excited howl, and the patting of countless paws on the pavement. The puppies have arrived. When planning the fundraiser, Rose and Lily also considered the best way to get new people in the door to support the cause. And what could be better than cute, fluffy puppies? Recently, the shelter took in a litter of young Labradors, all big paws and floppy ears, as Rose described them to Lily. They would be ensconced in the small garden outside the bakery for the day. Customers could stop by, grab a bite to eat, and spend a few minutes playing with them or giving them much-needed walks or cuddles. Along with the actual puppies, there would be a selection of other adoptable dogs. But really, all dogs are puppies at heart, no matter how old they are, Lily thinks as she washes her hands and heads. Outside, a few shelter volunteers are setting up a pen for the young dogs, as well as folding chairs for themselves and visitors. One woman also spreads a couple large picnic blankets on the grass where people can rest a while with a dog of their choice. Lucky there's sun in the forecast today, the woman says to Lily as she straightens the corners of a sky blue blanket. Lily nods. It's perfect weather for an indoor-outdoor event. Behind the puppy pen near where she and Rose planted bulbs a while back, Lily sees an older dog. It's a large one of some kind with dark eyes and mottled black and brown fur. The faintest hint of white graces the dog's muzzle, a dusting of sugar. Lily thinks. It's sitting further back away from the younger, more rambunctious dogs. It might have gone unnoticed by some, but Lily has always found herself drawn to quiet creatures. Lily wanders over to the dock. As she approaches, she notices the tip of its tail slowly beginning to flick back and forth. The closer she gets, the more the dog's tail moves, until it's rhythmically thumping. Lily holds out the back of her hand to the dog, who gently presses its nose against her skin with that invitation. She scratches the top of the dog's head, making sure to get behind its ears. "Who is this?" she asks the volunteer, setting up the blankets. "That's Siggy," the woman answers with a broad smile. The woman tells her that Siggy is a very special girl who has been at the shelter a long time. People don't want to adopt older dogs as much. The woman says they're often looking for puppies or energetic young dogs. But older dogs are perfect in the right environments, the woman adds, giving Lily what she might describe as a significant look. "Hello, Ziggy," Lily whispers to the dog. "You're a very good girl, aren't you?" Ziggy thumps her tail in reply, pressing her nose into Lily's palm. Just then, Lily sees a few visitors making their way through the bakery door. She looks back down at the dog, whose dark fur is shining in the morning sun. "Well, Ziggy, I have to go and make some pancakes now, but hopefully you'll find your person today," Lily says. Ziggy noses Lily's hand once more before settling down on the grass. Lily turns and heads toward the door, glancing back for just a moment at the quiet dog resting in the sun. Inside, Lily finds a bakery full of happy visitors. Rose is standing behind her treats table, explaining the fundraiser and telling them all about the work that the shelter does. Lily washes her hands at the sink and picks up the first bowl of dry ingredients. Showtime, she thinks with a quick nod. She mixes one portion of the wet ingredients with the dry and adds a dash of vanilla to the batter. She heats up a large griddle on the stove. When it's nice and hot, she uses a ladle to pour the batter onto it. Large, creamy circles of batter spread across the black griddle. Soon, the comforting and familiar smell of pancakes fills the air. A few of the visitors notice the smell and head over to the counter. They'll be ready soon, Lily says over her shoulder. Feel free to help yourself to coffee in the meantime. When the top side of the pancakes is mottled with holes from pop bubbles, she flips them over. The bottoms are perfectly golden brown. In just a few minutes, the first stacks of pancakes are ready to be plated. One of Rose's friends from the shelter, a friendly man named James, volunteers to be the pancake plater. With a friendly smile at Lily, James washes his hands and steps behind the counter, taking the stack of pancakes and pats of butter. Towards the end of the day, the door connecting the bakery and the bookshop opens and Simon waves. "Sorry, no hot chocolate today." Lily apologizes. Simon shakes his head. "It's just come for a pancake," he tells her. James is speaking with a customer, so Lily puts one on a plate and hands it over the counter to Simon. "I haven't had pancakes in years," he says, inhaling the warm steam rising from the top. "Me neither," Lily says, laughing. She watches Simon make his way to the topping station and smiles to herself as she sees him choose whipped cream and chocolate chips. And he doesn't just put them on top. She notices he plops the cream down and around the edge and uses the chocolate chips to make a smiley face. Minutes pass, and then hours with Lily mixing up batter, ladelling it onto the griddle, and flipping pancake after pancake after pancake. The beige circles become a blur as she spoons, waits, and flips. Spoons, waits, and flips. James gets into a rhythm, too, handing out plates and come and collect more pancakes, as well as directing people to the coffee and topping station at the back. Familiar faces stop by, Manna and Quincy, who opt for peach compote and strawberry compote, respectively. Elisa and her twin boys, agave syrup with raspberries for her, maple syrup with fresh blueberries for the boys, and countless others show their faces. 2. Seamus puts a dusting of cinnamon on his pancakes. Lily gives him a pinch from behind the counter with a wink, as well as a generous pour of maple syrup. And 2. He turns to her and holds up his plate with a grin that matches the pancakes. Happy look. Louie chuckles softly and then turns back to the batter. The hours slip by as people come and go. The number of puppies outside dwindles as they head home with loving families. Customers sit in the grass and pet the dogs and flip through pictures of the cats at the shelter arranged in albums provided by the volunteers. Lily pauses every now and then to peer out the window, watching a couple walking a pit bull in a tutu away from the grass. A pair of kids petting a labradoodle as they usher into the back of their parents' car, and an older couple putting a lead on a friendly dachshund. By the end of the day, all of the dogs have been adopted. All that is but one. Siggy is still lying on the grass, her ears drooping as she seems to watch. The other dogs go just as Lily is. Lily sighs. She wishes she could have a dog, but it would be hard with the kinds of hours she keeps at the bakery. But still, Siggy was so sweet, she thinks. Once the last customer has left, Rose packs up her table. There are only a few bags of treats remaining, which she hands to Lily. You can keep them behind the counter for any dogs that stop by, Rose says. Lily thanks her, and they congratulate each other on a job well done. 10 dogs have been adopted today, as well as promises made for at least 6 cats. And enough money has been raised to help refurbish the cat room and buy some new beds for the dogs. Lily says goodbye to James and thanks him for all his hard work. Through the window, Lily can just barely see the volunteers packing up the now dividing them onto plates. These he hands over to the waiting customers. Rose and Lily decided there wouldn't be a set price for the pancakes and coffee. Instead, they'd ask people to pay what they can. Someone might choose to give more, while others might only be able to give a little, but every bit counts. Peering over her shoulder, Lily can see that Rose has put a collection jar near the front door, as well as a handy sign explaining how to donate money, food, and supplies to the shelter. Lily thanks her, and they congratulate each other on a job well done. 10 dogs have been adopted today, as well as promises made for at least 6 cats. And enough money has been raised to help refurbish the cat room and buy some new beds for the dogs. Lily says goodbye to James and thanks him for all his hard work. Through the window, Lily can just barely see the volunteers packing up the now empty puppy pen and all the folding chairs. At long last, the bakery is quiet again,